Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day, and in today's video I have another Q&A video for you guys. And you guys know these are by far my favorite videos to make just because I love to interact with you guys. I love to hear what you have to say. You guys are always coming up with the craziest theories and the craziest questions and stuff, so I just love to hear your perspective, and it's really awesome to interact with you guys. If you guys want to know how you can get your questions to me for the next video, just drop a comment down below, and just make sure you put Q&A before you ask the question, so I know it's for the Q&A videos. Thank you so much for the love and the support. Please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you want to see more Walking Dead content like this. I don't want to make this too long, so let's get right into the Q&A. So, first question we have in today's Q&A video is, growing up with The Walking Dead, what was your favorite content creator? Um, I'd say probably Trev's Chan too, or Make a Path Presents probably. For the earlier days of The Walking Dead, I would say it would be them. And then probably around season 9, whenever Movie Idol came around and started gaining popularity, I really started to like Movie Idol a lot. I just love his breakdowns, and he just has an easy voice to listen to, in my opinion. And he's also just a really cool, down to earth guy as well. So, I mean, I love Movie Idol. I hope someday we can do a collaboration and, talk on his podcast or something like that about The Walking Dead, because, I mean, I would love to collaborate with Movie Idol. So, I'd say recently, ever since, Movie Idol started, I'd say he's been my favorite. But earlier, I'd say it was probably Trev's Chan or Make a Path Presents. For sure. I love those guys too. Excuse me. Next question we have is, Q&A, do you think after this chapter of The Walking Dead we will see a cartoon animated comic accurate reboot? Man, that's a great question. I would like to see it. I definitely would like to see it, and I definitely would cover it on the channel for sure. But I just don't know. We could see it, but I'm not 100% sure if we will. I have no idea about a animated series. I'm sure someday we'll get it though. I think someday we will get it. Um, Next question we have is, Q&A, do you think a Negan and Rick flashback scene is possibly happening in Dead City Season 2, the same way they did with Simon in Season 1, which could lead to finally seeing Rick and Negan reunite? Great question. I don't think that's going to happen in Season 2 of Dead City. It could happen, but I honestly believe anytime we're going to see Rick Grimes, I think it's going to be to set up something bigger, or to set up, a new show or something like that. It could be at the very end of Dead City Season 2 to set up something else or something bigger maybe, but I just don't know. I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't really think we're going to get a Negan and Rick reunion in Dead City Season 2, to answer your question. Next question we have is, Q&A, do you think Rick will be a character who just hops around the universe from show to show and joins in and just kicks butt, or do you think he's going to become the face of the universe again and build it towards something bigger? So this is a wonderful question, and I mean, honestly, I think it's always about building something bigger, in my opinion. I always think, especially with Rick and Andrew Lincoln, and just that character is so strong, I honestly believe it has to be to build up something bigger. So I would say it's to build something bigger for sure. I don't think anyone wants to just see Rick jump in and hop in from time to time, right? We want to see Rick back with consistency. We want to see Andrew Lincoln, and Rick Grimes on a regular basis, because we love this character. And right now, I would definitely say Andrew Lincoln is the face of The Walking Dead for sure, 100%, man. I think The Ones Who Live was such a big show, and for those of you who didn't know, The Ones Who Live is doing really, really good on Netflix. It's still top 5 right now, and it's been top 5 for, a while, ever since it got put on Netflix, and it's still top 5 right now. So it's doing really good on Netflix, and I heard it was breaking records on Netflix. So yeah, that show is doing really well, and apparently people are really liking it. The people on Netflix who are watching it are really enjoying it, and yeah, I mean, that's good. That's awesome to hear. I hope it brings in new people. I hope it brings in, or excuse me, I hope it brings back people who stopped watching. I hope it does, because I really think there's so much potential with the universe still. And yeah, I mean, that's just great news all around, right? We love to hear that about our favorite show, for sure. So yeah, next question we have is Q&A. Dead City's New York has jumped to the alternate universe of A Quiet Place. Which character do you think the aliens would get first? and which character would survive the longest. So I love questions like this because I love, alternate universe type of questions where, this is happening there with this character and it's a whole different world and stuff. It's really nerdy, but it's awesome. So I would say the character the aliens would get first from Dead City, probably the Croat. I just don't think he would do good in A Quiet Place, honestly. In a Quiet Place Day One, against the aliens, I think the Croat would go first, and I think Maggie or Negan would survive the longest just because they're so good at surviving. I think Negan's a little bit stronger than Maggie. He is older now, though. That's the thing. He is older. But I still think Negan's a stronger character than Maggie. I think he could survive longer than her and do what needs to be done. So I would say Negan actually over Maggie, but Maggie would be second for sure out of all the Dead City characters. Next question we have is Q&A. If you were to make a 2025 reboot based off of the comics, who would your main cast be for each character? Man, this is one of those questions I might have to come back to in another Q&A, but actually, why not? This question might take a second to answer, but there's some I'm not going to know. But for Rick Grimes, if you guys didn't know, there's an actor named Thomas Jane, and he was actually supposed to play Rick Grimes. So I would have to see how that played out, right, in comparison to Andrew Lincoln. If I had to pick an actor to play Rick Grimes, it would be Thomas Jane because he was actually going to play Rick Grimes before Andrew Lincoln came in the picture. So for sure it would be Thomas Jane, 100%. He played in a movie called The Punisher and a couple other movies, and he's a really good actor. I really like him a lot, and I think he would have been a good Rick. But man, I don't think anybody would ever beat Andrew Lincoln. Andrew Lincoln is by far, the best Rick Grimes, in my opinion. I think he was created to play this character. So, but if I had to pick a new actor, I would say Thomas Jane. And other characters I don't really know. I'm going to answer this question more in depth in another video, but just to play Rick Grimes, just to let you know, I would say Thomas Jane for sure. Next question we have is, what character would you see yourself being friends with in a real-world scenario? Definitely Daryl, for sure. I've always seen a lot of Daryl in myself, for like 100%. I've always thought that at times in my life, I'm like, man, that's some stuff that Daryl would do, like, I don't know. I always thought that I was very similar with Daryl, in my opinion. So yeah, I definitely would say Daryl. Next question we have is, if every TV character went into a battle royale with their main weapon, who would win and who would be the runner-up? Well, that's a hard question because you see, when you say their main weapon, Rick's main weapon is his python, right? It's a gun. Daryl's main weapon is a crossbow, but Negan's main weapon is Lucille. That's not really fair in like a battle royal situation or a battle royale situation. I don't know. I think if we are, just going to include everybody with their main weapons, I would say Rick, probably. Hard to imagine Rick losing. You know what I mean? But maybe Daryl. The strategy and the swiftness of Daryl potentially could win for him. But I'd say probably Rick and Daryl. Honestly, Rick first, Daryl second, in my opinion. Next question we have is Q&A. Who would win in a fight? Current Rick Grimes and Judith, or current TV show Joel Miller and Ellie? So he's talking about Joel Miller and Ellie from the Last of Us TV show. And that's easy. Rick Grimes and Judith would absolutely destroy Joel and Ellie. 100%. I think Joel is a really great character, and I really love the Last of Us TV show. And I'm going to make a video talking about the Last of Us TV show a little bit more because I kind of have some news about the channel regarding the Last of Us, and I think you guys kind of know where I'm going. But I definitely think Rick Grimes would destroy Joel, or Rick and Judith would destroy Joel and Ellie 100%. I don't think Rick loses to Joel at all, and I think Judith can take care of Ellie, to be honest. And this is the last question in the Q&A for today, and it's a great one. It's a happy one. It's a fun one to leave off on. So, Q&A, which The Walking Dead universe character would you choose to cook you dinner? And this is so easy. It has to be Carol, for sure. I mean, I want some of those cookies and some of that casserole and all the other things she knows how to make. You can tell that Carol was a really, really good homemaker. You could tell that Carol was somebody that really took care of her family and really took care of her husband and kids, and they were always, eating really well. And, for sure it would be Carol, 100%. I think she's obviously a bad A and she's really great at surviving, but she's also really good at cooking. And you can tell she cooks with love, right? That's why Sam loved the cookies so much, you know? I mean, who wouldn't love those cookies? So I would have to pick Carol for sure, 100%. I think she's a really fantastic cook. From what I've seen in The Walking Dead, it has to be Carol. There's no other right answer but Carol, honestly. So yeah, guys, that's going to conclude the video pretty much. There's a few things I want to talk about very quickly, though, before I leave, just to give you guys some updates. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to be having a daughter. I'm going to be becoming a father in May of this year. Possibly late April, but probably May, I think. I'm thinking like May 2nd, May 3rd. It'll definitely be May 3rd at the latest, from what I'm hearing. But yeah, so I'm becoming a father. I'm having a baby girl. Pretty awesome. And it's a great situation, and she's really healthy. She's doing really good. She's about 6 months along now. So yeah, it's really awesome. Really great stuff. I get pretty good updates and stuff like that from her mom and stuff like that. So it's really awesome stuff. And yes, obviously, for those of you who have wondered and have asked me, because I've gotten a few people who asked me, but me and the mother are not together. It's kind of personal, but I just I've had a lot of people message me and ask me about that. So I just wanted to let you guys know, we're not together, but we're going to do our best to make sure our daughter has everything she needs and has a great life. So I'm very excited still and honored to become a parent and create a life. It's a beautiful thing. And yeah, I'm going to love my daughter for the rest of my life, 100%, no matter what. So not the situation I want, but we got to just survive somehow, right? And that's what it's all about. So keep on smiling, keep on, keeping on. So thank you guys so much for the kind thoughts, and it really means the world to me. This channel has become one of my favorite aspects of life, honestly, because just getting to talk to you guys and read your comments and spend time with you, it's a blast, honestly. And the channel's been doing a really good job growing, so I really appreciate all the love and all the support. You guys really mean the world to me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Your support means everything. And also, very quickly, another thing I wanted to talk about is what I kind of mentioned earlier when I was talking about The Last of Us with Joel and Ellie and stuff like that. I'm really heavily considering covering The Last of Us Season 2. So if that's something you guys would be interested in, let me know. I would love to do reviews and trailer breakdowns of Last of Us and stuff like that, especially since sometimes The Walking Dead gets kind of dry when there's nothing going on. It gets a little dry, so I would love to cover The Last of Us Season 2, especially with some of the things that us video game fans know might be coming in Season 2 for The Last of Us. So yeah, I was excited to see what you guys think about that. I want to see what you guys, are feeling in terms of me covering The Last of Us. I know obviously it's a Walking Dead channel, but I think expanding into The Last of Us would be really cool because, I mean, I love the show. I love the universe. I love the game. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about that down below in the comments, guys. It's been a really fun Q&A. I really appreciate all the questions. Remember, if you want to have other questions answered, if you have any more questions you want me to answer, drop them down below in the comments. On any video, it doesn't matter. I'm constantly checking the comments and replying to every single comment. So yeah, guys, every single question will be answered. So yeah, drop your questions down below. I will see you guys in the next one. I try to do at least one Q&A a week. I'm not always perfect with it, but I try my best. So I appreciate the love and the support. Please be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you want to see more Walking Dead content like this. I love you guys. Please make sure you stay safe out there in the crazy world. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.